The first one on my screen is a dynamic text on workdocs. So now I'll be going back and forth. So now I'm going to my Monday screen. Okay. Dynamic text on workdocs. Okay. So for this, I have this just a template which I just picked it up from Monday, just before this webinar. And this board can be anything. I've just taken example. Okay. So this is about workdoc, right? So right now I don't have a workdoc on this board, but let's say if you have a workdoc column. So I didn't purposely already have this column because I wanted to show you. So now I'm going to create that workdoc column. Okay. So this is a Monday doc column. I just went into the column center and I added this column, meaning for every item, basically you need a doc, right? So basically, let's say there's this is a project and you have several tasks assigned, right? Under these tasks also there are some sub items, subtasks and things like that. And then you need to have a work doc. So this is just a use case, right? So basically there's a meeting agenda. So I can rename this as meeting agenda. I'm just showing you how I'm building this. You may have a particular use case, but I'm just building along with you. I'm just building up my use case too. So this is a meeting agenda, and I need to have, and why I added this column, because for our use case, for every task, because it's like a umbrella of the task, right? So then I need to have a work doc, because there will be a meeting at each phase, and then I need to have some details to be enlisted in the work doc. So if you are Monday users from while, you already know what the work doc is. So now we've added the work doc and how. So basically this is a work doc column, right? But you must be wondering now, where is the work doc? How do I create it? So first step is to create the template. So as soon as you add a work doc, what it's going to do is the moment I click here, it creates the work doc automatically. But so as I'm hovering over, it also telling you create a new doc, right? But then in order for it to create the work doc, it should have some format, right? It's just like a template board you're creating. So how I set that template? I set that template from the setting, as the name suggests. So first I'm going to set a doc template. I'll just take any, I think I'm going to take us, they already have a meeting agenda template. So meeting notes, right? So I'm just going to click, or you can start from scratch depending on, or it's to-do list or anything you can choose. But just for the simplicity, I'm just going to take meeting notes. Okay. Okay. And maybe I need to have the name also, right? So I'm just going to say meeting agenda. So now I have already set my template here. Okay. Now I come out. That's it. My template is already saved. How do I know that? If I click here, okay, and the document is gonna generate here automatically, and it gets open, and then it has taken whatever you saved in that template. It's come here. So that means you were successful in saving your template, right? I'm just going to remove it because I wanted to do some changes. Okay, so for this column, you have to always remember that if you are changing the like doing any changes on the template, you don't, if you do the changes on this column here on this Word doc, it's not gonna save, because now you are in the individual cell, right? You have to, if you are doing any changes to the structure of the template, you have to always do it in the template and not this, because this is just a work doc. Okay, just like a template board, right? Anything, if you know what is a project template, and because you're using that board again and again, so you always make the changes in your actual template, right? So I'm going to do that here because I wanted to show, this was just a background, by the way, to give you the context. My monday.com recently released this dynamic field on workdocs, so I'm slowly coming to that now. Okay, so now my template is set. And it, by the way, as soon as I open it, it's already telling me add dynamic value from your board. So I really like this about Monday, that if any new features are there for a while, like maybe for after releasing it for 3 months or so, they keep having this pop-up until the users, because they want users to know the new features, right? So I really like this. And if you say show me, it will actually show you also. Okay, so let's go back now. I want to have so this is about dynamic fields, right? So now I have these attendees, meeting goals, then all this field is, so before this, if I have the document, there was no way I can have some fields auto populate here, right? What is auto population means? Because everything is there on my board, but still I had to actually type that, hey, Shweta is the attendee, and Jesse is the attendee, and all my employees, like attendees, I have to actually type it, because this is just like a work doc. So Monday thought about it, right? If my document is itself on my board, then definitely I should be able to bring this particular data in my work doc. Because otherwise I'm just entering the data twice, right? I have the data in my source document, but still I have to bring it source. Basically, I have the data in my source, but I have to still bring it into the document too. So now I'm just adding here few people. Okay, let's say Jesse, and maybe, yeah. Yeah, because basically you can have another person column which is like attendees, right? But I'm just using this owner column because simple reason, this task is assigned to two people, so definitely there will be two people. If I have to discuss something about this task, these people should be there in my meeting agenda. So now I'm again going into my template, because I want this information for each and every template, right? Not just for the first task. So what I will do, basically, I will go here, attendee, then I will simply mention how I curly bracket, sorry, curly bracket, and then we have these column values, right? Dynamic columns means you can bring these values from your board to here. So I'm clicking here, column values. Then it also tells me add dynamic column value from board into your document, select columns, because there are several columns, right? And then of course I'll have this owner. If I have another person column, it will appear, it will also appear here. So I'm going to add owner. Okay, now maybe meeting goals, just as example, maybe I can take task. Okay, so that's item name, right? And also the subtask. Okay, so basically I can bring all the information here. So agenda. So as you can see, according to your use case, you can bring status, you can bring timeline, duration, everything, completion status. Let's see. Okay, now now this is already saved. Okay, as soon as I put the information here, so now I need not worry about it, because it's an auto save. Okay, so now I already saved it in a template. All I have to do is just click here. So whenever I have that meeting or just one-to-one discussion, right, I just click here, and that's it. So beautifully, all our information is coming here. Like so all these are the attendees, then you have these tasks, and then you have subtask. Action items. Then let's say then you have some items also you can mention here, right? So this is just a example I've taken. So your use case, so basically why we have these training, because we just give you the example, and then of course it's up to you how you want to use it, right? There will be more meaningful use case for you guys right over there. But this is just an example. So now you may think that, okay, also this is so useful that maybe I can have this particular, because there are dynamic values, right? So then I can have this, for one-to-one review, right? Performance review. And the beauty is, let's say I I have already generated this, right? And then even if you, because they are dynamic values, right? So any changes here, that also gonna appear because it's a dynamic value, right? So basically it auto populates all your column values. So any changes you do, even if you are, let's say, while you're meeting, you are making some changes, right, while you're having meetings, so that also come here. So that's pretty cool. So that was about dynamic text. Also they have the date columns here. Let's say they want to add a date, like today's date, right? So for that also they have, you can just mention today. And of course I think they'll bring more too, because they just started bringing dynamic, right? So this is very cool to use dynamic values in your work doc. Now let's move to another one. Since we are on the work docs, I just clubbed these two: custom doc tables and layout on work doc. So this is basically, I can just so whenever you want to add a table, right? So earlier you could have like 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4, but now we can have custom table where you can also like choose this, right? And then of course this is four rows and 4 column, but if you need more, definitely you have to just insert the column here. Also similarly for the row too, right? Also there are some updates in the way it's customized also, like many of the formats, like they have, doc style, like narrow, wide, and the frame style. So depending on lot of new updates here, font size can be changed. You can change the actual font of the document. So basically, if I tell you, like when they started with work doc, right, they started with very basic, and now they are slowly uh, moving toward, because basically it's a word doc, right? It's mimics word doc. But then when we started using work doc, Monday work doc, it was not that, formatting wise it was not giving that look and feel of Microsoft Word, right? But of course it's different because it's Monday work doc, it's a Monday artifacts. It was used for different purposes, because it's more than word doc, because as you know, you can have like widgets here. Of course Word doesn't have this ability, like you can bring the data here from any of the board, project schedule. And of course it's more than that. It's not, it is word doc, but it's of course more than that, right? But now what they're doing is, it's also bringing everything to, like, it's making more user friendly, right? Maybe resource management. Yeah. Oh, so there is no result here, but maybe I can do it here. Just wanted to show you how it can bring. Of course, you must have seen that in my previous webinars where I had given it for, especially for work talk, right? Connect. Okay, maybe there is check your settings. Okay, maybe there's some error. But you know what is worktalk. We can bring chart and all the widgets also into it. But now it's a good thing that Monday also is working on the formatting and all other things, right? So that it can be more user friendly. Okay, now moving to our next feature, which is sales specific pipeline overview. So this is more for a CRM, but CRM customers, but then I thought of showing you that too. So for CRM, if you have a CRM product, of course, you have now that sales pipeline widget, which is right here. Oh, sorry. So if you go right here, so this is a sales pipeline widget. Basically, what it does is, this is my deal, right? So these are my deal stages. So this is my deal stage, right? So whatever I have it here, new or any, if you see new lead, if I change anything here, so that's what it does. Um so you know so now it's changed to new lead. So basically it gives you the opportunity to see your stages this way. So most of the CRMs, if you know, Monday is more than CRM, right? It's a project management tool, right? But then many others, the CRM software, which are only CRM, like Salesforce, is just CRM. It cannot do more than that. It's not a task management tool, but Monday is, right? Monday can do much more than that. So but then when it comes, so if you are using a CRM product, definitely what we are doing here is we are giving that look and feel of the CRM, right? So that's why Monday launched this pipeline widget, where you can see your all your stages and you can directly change it from here too, right? So if you want to, let's say, close this one, then you can close it from here itself, right? And then there's this celebration also. And once you, if you do it here, definitely I'm on the deal one. Yeah, so you see deal one is one, and automatically it moved to my close one. So I really like this widget because, and Monday is, if you notice, Monday is about visuals, right? So and Monday is adding more and more visuals, user friendly so that's really good. So if you are CRM customer, then definitely you're gonna love this feature. And of course, if it is lost, you can do it lost from here itself. Then everything becomes red, right? If you reopen, everything is again, and then slowly you can change it from here itself. And from any stage, you can, at any stage, if you come across this is a lost opportunity, you can change it from here itself, and then everything changes to lost. Okay. Okay, let's move to another one. That's a yeah. So this is a big one. Summarize text with Monday AI automation, and I have another updates also for AI automation. I think next webinar I can include that, because there are much more things which are upcoming. So I thought I'll club them also. So let's look at the summarize text with Monday AI automation. For that, I have this resource management board. I've just taken, this was the board which I think I must have used it for my last webinars or so. I'm just using this board as an example again for this demo. Now, I just added this text column, right, to show you this demo. So this is a recent comment text column, nothing but a simple text column. But what I want is, I want to have the recent comments here, but you know how it is, right? If this is a text column and you are going to write the text here, but what happens if you want to add more and more? So that's not feasible, right? That it is comments column, but then you'll have like five statements or six statements, and then you'll have to read it. But what I want is anything which is come into the, basically for the comments, right? As you know, we always use this communication bubble. This is called communication bubble, this plus sign, right? From where you actually interact with your people, because everybody, you can just at the rate mention and you can talk to everybody, or you can just give some updates about this particular milestone planning here, right? And then everybody gets the notification and then they can read it. So what I want is always my recent comment should come here in this column. So of course I was before starting the demo, I was testing this out, so I already have this, but I'm gonna delete these ones. Okay. Yeah. So now and then how I built it, I went into the automation. I'll show you the automation first. And so my automation is in the add automation. I'll show you how I built it. You just have to pick some trigger. So the trigger I picked is when update, okay? Because when update is created, I want something. So AI has launched. So there are now AI automation. Oops. So yeah, so my automation read as when an update is created, and then I have these two, summarize text with AI, right? I use this one. And I think categorized with AI, I'm gonna take it in the next webinar, because I think it has several recipes and I can give you several examples. So it's gonna take maybe I can have entire training on that, right? So we will be continuing this AI automation block. Okay. So let's use this one, summarize text with AI, because I found that this is the appropriate use case for that. And of course, you can use it. You can think about it, and you can have the inputs from here, and you can use it so that it helps your use case. Okay. So summarize text with AI. Now, when an update is created, it's automatically taken that then summarize text in the updates into, so this automation itself is like very smart, because smartly built, because I already mentioned my trigger is when an update is created. So then summarize text in the updates into a text column. If this column wasn't there, it actually gives you to add that column, by the way. And that was really cool. It is really artificial intelligence, I must say. Okay, anyways, so into recent column, and that's how I created my automation. Now I already have that automation here. When an update is created, summarize the text in the updates into recent column. So basically, let's say they are talking about this. Let's say I'm a manager, okay? So I need not bother about the team members, what they are discussing. Of course, I'm interested in this status, right? Completion of status. So maybe they are, but of course I need to know. I mean, I should be in the loop also, right? So rather than going here and checking all the updates, so I just went here and silently created my automation without even, I mean, I don't need anything to build the automation because everything is already there. I just build the automation as a manager, and that's it. And I just get the comments here. So now let's see. I'm gonna say something over here about task 2. Okay. Oops. Needs more input. Okay. And now when I say here, so you see how nicely the text column is filled with topic needs more current status, no further updates or replies, right? And then who wrote it? Achievan wrote it, that also, and last updated on 13th May. Okay, so if I'm the other member and if I mention something here as a reply, details, okay, then again it gets updated. Okay, it will take some. Let's look at this one because it has two information, right? Maybe it's taking time. So basically all the updates, they come into the recent comments, right? So this becomes very user friendly, that you just hover over and then the last updated date. Let's say tomorrow you are replying this, you're changing some comments, right? You're adding some comments, then last updated date will be also changed, right? So these were the uh, today's new features. And of course, as I said, maybe next time I'll have more into the dig more into the AI automation, because this is something new, right? And since Monday has AI assistant, we should make use of it, and that makes our life simpler, right?